All right. So, hi you guys. I actually have been trying to get myself balanced back together. Um, and yeah, just get myself balanced. I was a little ill a couple of days ago. Um, excuse me, you guys. I'm gonna keep walking around my house a little bit just to turn on a little bit of light so I can see a little bit better. Um, but anyhow, yeah, I had to take some time to make sure that I was healthy. So I had to stay in the house a little bit and just focus on my health and everything else. Uh, and then today, as I was going to the store, as you can see, I am tinting my eyebrows right now. Still have a lot of tint on the side. And I was going to the store to get a timer. Because actually I was already supposed to take all of this off by now, but I really want the deeper tint. I noticed that if I keep that on a little bit longer, the tint usually stays a lot longer with me than I know like eyebrow tint is supposed to stay like 2-3 weeks. But for me, since I go into the sauna a lot and I take a lot of showers, I'm always steaming, like I said, in the saunas, in the steam room, and in the infrared saunas. I end up not having it for a good minute. So I said, since I was off today, I was just gonna take this time to do that, test out some eyeshadow, um, which I did, which is on my face. You can see a little bit of it. It's like a gold kind of thing, and clean up my house and do everything else. Take some time out for the things that I need to do while I have this time off and relax. Um, anyhow, I went and as I was going to the store, my aunt called me and told me about my mom, and she's like, I hadn't heard from my mom directly for a good minute because she was upset because I didn't get her out of where she was at, and I was telling her I couldn't get her out because she had not made me or anyone in my family power of attorney, so we couldn't, have the power to sign her out of the mental institution. Once you're in there, you have to go in the process, and then they make the decisions on how to do it. Doesn't matter if I'm a social worker or not. So, um, I tell her that she wasn't talking to me. They kept saying I kept calling every other week. I think I didn't call the last 2 weeks, and matter of fact, no, last 3 weeks, and that's because she just kept not responding. That's what they said. So, um, I didn't. I just kept praying. But something was just inkling in me like it just doesn't sound right because before all of this, even when my mom was having her breakdown, she did not want she didn't want people to leave her. But when you're dealing with mental illness, I will tell you this, things will go 1 minute one way and the next minute it'll be 360. So you have to be accustomed to being okay when things look or seem or are told one way and it's something totally different. So I was just sitting there waiting on her, didn't hear anything from her. And my aunt told me today that she was in a mental institution in Virginia. And I was like, why did they send her to Virginia? Like, are they trying to permanently institutionalize her? And that's the first thing that I was thinking because I was like, it was too many back to back. Um, and she is not deemed a threat. They already feel like they have her mentally stable, but they can't let her back into society without her without knowing that she will not be a harm to herself or to others. So I'm talking to my aunt. She's describing and telling me what's going on and how my mom is talking about how she wants to. Oh my goodness, my nail broke. How she wants to come home and everything like that. So it made me. I'm not saying that I am sad that she's there because actually I'm not. Going through the process and understanding this a lot more. Um, Mental illness is tough. And I would rather have her to be in a place that is deemed safe from the outside than to have her in a place where she is unprotected and she's vulnerable to be excuse me, taken advantage of through people that are supposed to be protecting her, like the videotape that had was leaked out and people were videotaping her, when she was having her one of her episodes and one of her outbursts and things like that. So it's like a love and a hate, but it made me open my eyes because God has really been pushing me to do more and to go more and go harder at what I was doing. I was like, well, maybe I shouldn't go, maybe I shouldn't do it. And I started almost like giving up on what God showed me in that dream and what God told me. But this gave me more confirmation. And it's not just for me, and it's not just for my mom. This institution will help people of all ages and all ranges that deal with mental illness and that deal with addictions and trying to cope and having mental instability. They have the resources in Virginia, but over half of the people that need that service live in places way far away from Virginia. Just like my mom had to travel hours, they had to transfer her hours. She has no family, no friends, no one who knows her, which sometimes is a good thing, but not always necessarily. Who don't know her, who don't, in a different element all by herself. And there are a lot of people who I know who go through this, who came up from where I came from, and now they have to go in they have to go into a whole different direction to go and to get help. So this is why I wanted to talk about it. Does it hurt? Yes, of course it hurts for me. Trying really, really hard and dealing with someone, like I said, with mental illness. One minute they'll be like, okay, everything is fine, and the next minute, they don't want to talk to you. They don't want to have anything to do with you. Oh, I have the pleasure of my mom saying that she loves me now and that she's really, hopes that I'm better. But a couple of weeks ago, it wasn't that way. So you have to take that. That's part of mental illness, Yeah. So I think that is about it. It's so much stuff running through my head because there's other stuff underneath what I'm saying. There's so much stuff under, I can't explain everything in one video or even in 5 or 10, it's so much lingering, so many things that are lingering and so many things that are going on behind the scenes that going through this, I understand sometimes that it's best to not say everything and to let God do his due diligence in the problem and let God work, because if I come off and I say something, it's going to look like or sound like it's just like it's bad or as if I'm going against a certain entity or a certain group of people or something like that. And that's not the case. So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. But my mom found out today, and not only that, I found out that she was over there for like a couple of weeks. That was another thing that really just got me because when I spoke to one of the ladies, because one of the ladies knew her from Logansport, and if you guys look up the information about my mom, about Logan's, what she had to go through, she was in Logansport both times when she went through this and she had her episode and she killed my sister first. She went to Logansport. After that, I want to say like 9 years later, when it was dealing with me and my brother and how she threw me in a trash can and how my brother died, she ended up going back to Logansport, for a little bit before they gave her a prison term. Um, and it was this lady that was there, and she was talking about how she knew my mom from Logansport, and things like that, how she kept connections. And I was really grateful for it because we both had some insight dealing with people, dealing with family members with mental illness, So, um, yeah. If you guys would like to support, definitely, first of all, thank you for watching. And second, if you like to support, I would greatly appreciate it. Even if it's just by a comment, giving me encouragement, making a donation, coming with me to Washington when we finish this bill. Anything helps. So hopefully, something I said or done will help you on your journey. Please stay tuned to Journey to Jerusalem. And another thing, please, you guys, stay prayed up. It's a lot of things that are going on now. So I know in the States, they're doing a lot of things with elections and things like that. And a lot of other places too, they're going with elections. But I do, excuse me, I do want to remind people that we are human and we have to live with each other after the elections. The elections is one big event. After that, there'll be many other events that lead up to another big event. And we have to learn how to function and live in a way that is essential for all of us, so with that being said, I'm going to leave off of here. Hopefully something I said or done will help you on your journey. Please stay tuned to Journey to Jerusalem, and thank you so very much.